What's going on, everybody? C4 here. Welcome back. Get ready to pump some iron and stuff. But we got the Madden update, and I wanted to just get through and test it because I'm getting a lot of messages on social media saying that it's not working for us, it's bugging. What's going on? What's up with the update? So I just want to do a very quick run through of what I kind of highlighted the other day when we got the information about this on Monday, I believe it was. And I talked about what my concerns were about what's going on and what's truly going to be different. So I figure I'll just do a very quick run through. I don't think it'll be impossible for me to stretch this video to 10 minutes. Is that still even a thing on YouTube? But I kind of want to see the new things, and more so I want to get a couple seasons in and kind of focus on the dev trait regression, because I do feel like that could be the worst thing. Apologies, we got no light. Usually I have a light that makes me pop a little bit more. I have a firmware update. Literally, I'm just doing this pretty quickly to test it out. So what is new when you go into career to start a franchise mode? You go in here and you see this, dev trait management. You have the option to trigger on breakout scenarios, dev trait regression, and then you have this, where you could set the desired X Factor, Superstar, and Star Dev players. Now, this is what I assume has been meta for Madden. I actually kind of wonder if there's going to be a new meta. Once people that I know and I trust, and maybe the guys on the Madden mod server and all that stuff kind of get a better number. Maybe there's better numbers than 50, 75, and 400. Maybe it's higher, maybe it's 450, 175, or maybe it's less. So I'm not exactly sure if this is going to be the money zone, if this is something that you want to touch right now. But when you start up a brand new franchise, this is where you're at. Also, I will say that I was able to boot up one of my existing franchise modes, and everything was applied. So, that was a big concern, right? A big concern was... Actually, let's just show it. It's probably easier just to show it. Okay, it takes a while to load up. Here is our original Detroit Lions franchise. All right, here's the original one, and I will quickly run through and show you that, okay, when you go into a Kenny Golladay, for example, when you go into a stat and contracts, because most of the updates, it's there. All the Detroit stats are there. My franchise loads. It doesn't crash. I'm hearing people saying that it's crashed and it's corrupting their files and stuff. For me, this is as old of a franchise file as you can get, and it's still working pretty fine. It's working pretty good. I do want to go into the next season just really quickly, and I want to make sure that the new dev trait scenarios, see if I can get them to trigger, because that's stuff that I usually tend to see that it struggles to apply into existing franchise. At least make sure that it's working properly. So I'm going to quickly go into 2023 with the Detroit Lions. We might as well just keep it in this save because this is an existing franchise, and test all this stuff out. All right, so with Detroit, I forced all my wins this season. Just see, I figure if we're 10-1, we're going to eventually get a quarterback dev trait scenario. Matt Stafford's no longer on the team. We're chilling with a normal dev quarterback, Kyle Allen. I assume we're actually not playing particularly well. Maybe put Crockett in there to see if we can go up dev trait. But I've yet to get a dev trait scenario for my QB. But you can see here we have the playoff picture coming in, showing you if the season ended today, where everything's at. And honestly, it's something that, I'm not going to gas it up, but it really just looked like, oh, it's another graphic, it's another menu. But it does kind of add something. The fact that it triggers before the season starts gives you some hypotheticals, gives you an idea of what everything's kind of looking like. It's a little bit interactive. It's a little bit cooler and better than, kind of what the patch notes indicated. So generally this will get a thumbs up, but we all know what kind of feature. It's window dressing at the end of the day. Here we go. We couldn't any beat. So we got the retirement menu here. You can see everyone that's retiring. Does this screen and menu work? There we go. Oh boy. I don't know if are they going to show dev trait? Guys that lose dev trait? Pay attention here. It might not be as cut and dry as being able to look. It would help if we had a player for sure that we could reference that I knew a dev trait of. Gilmore went down a bunch. Did Gilmore lose X Factor? No, he's still there. I'm looking at somebody like Michael Thomas went down 13. Did you lose a dev trait? No. Okay, not seeing a lot of dev trait regressions here. All right, now for the sake of this video, what quarterback here will most likely go up a dev trait if I sign him? Jordan Love, right? Gotta be Jordan Love. Out of all the available QBs, let's get Jordan Love here. Let's make him our starter, and let's just see if we can get that. There we go. We got him. Let's go through another year. I'll give it two more full seasons of trying to get Jordan Love a dev trait scenario, and that'll be it for the video, just to test everything out. Oh, I think this is the moment of truth. Force a lot of wins here, baby. And we have it. Breakout quarterback. It exists. Coach, what around the office do? Jordan Love, who's sitting on a normal dev. So there you go. Get 300 passing yards, or 300 total yards, sorry. 3 touchdowns, no picks, and the win. So it's harder. It's actually a little bit harder than some of these others. But I'm going to hop in real quick to this game and just let's make sure it works properly. All right, we absolutely feasted with Jordan Love. Absolutely feasted. So let's see. Breakout quarterback. What? Didn't get it? Get it? 4 touchdowns, 400 yards. What was he getting? 300 yards. Did I get all 3 of those things for him to go up dev trait? Huh. All right, so you're going to get all of them. So I went to another year. Jordan Love already got up to a star dev based upon his performance from last year. So at least we get another chance at it, hopefully this year. And we get to see what it goes and costs to get to a superstar dev trait for your quarterback. All right, we got it again. Breakout quarterback. This time for Jordan Love to go from a star to a superstar. So we're going to need 325 total yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks, and the win. We got to make sure we get all of them. I'll get rid of these 11-minute quarters so I can quickly do this. But there we go. It's going up. All right, finish the game this time. Last time, that one interception that caused us not to get the star dev was because the game was taking too long and I simmed it. But we were able to achieve it here. We skunked them. Breakout quarterback scenario. Going from a star to a superstar has been achieved. Look at it. It does exist. And I figure we're on this path anyways. Let's see what the dev trait scenario is cost. What does it cost? What do I have to achieve to go from superstar to a superstar X Factor? All right, here it is. Breakout quarterback for Jordan Love. Going from superstar to an X Factor. And we have to get the same? 325 total yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks, and the win. So it takes the exact same to go from a superstar to get to a superstar X Factor that it does to go from a star to a superstar. Weird. He regressed! He regressed! What? Dude, Jordan Love went from a superstar to a star in a year that we had 47 touchdowns. All right. I had to do like 4 different franchises with the, obviously I wasn't going to stick with that Jordan one. That was, it kind of was ridiculous. So I figured let's go to Dallas. And we got the final here, week 17, breakout scenario for Dak Prescott. So this is what it takes to go from a superstar to a superstar X Factor. You need 350 total passing yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks, and the win. So I think it's literally 25 more total yards, I think, than what it was to go from star to superstar. That hard? Okay, so it does exist. We hit the thresholds, never doubted Dak Prescott. So here we go. You've now officially seen every dev trait scenario in this game. And that being said, okay, so what I could summarize from like the 2 biggest things that I was looking for in the patch. 1, the quarterback dev traits are a thing. They're kind of hard to get in terms of how regularly they pop up. I force wind 3, 4, 16-0 seasons, and I got maybe 1 a season. So I guess that's kind of good. It's not like you're gonna be popping off with a quarterback and going up multiple dev traits in a single season, or unless, again, maybe if I'm controlling it and you're going off, or you're faded and you just want to smoke 17 games on rookie, maybe you can get multiple dev trait scenarios for quarterbacks. But it works. And we also found out that all these things seem to be working as intended, at least from the devs, in existing franchise modes. But as I walk away from this video, there's only one real thing on my mind. Is that the dev trait regression, I don't want to necessarily put this out there, but it literally feels like they copy and pasted the old dev trait regression, which was not good from previous Maddens. Because we had Jordan Love, who in 2025 he was a star dev, right? He was normal dev when we signed him. Green Bay to Detroit, normal dev. And then from this season in 2024, he went from normal to a star. And then in 25, you saw it. We went from the dev trait scenario, we went from star to a superstar. Okay, chill it. 47 touchdowns, 5 picks. In 2025, he also got the awards of he made a Pro Bowl, and he was the best quarterback. And he still went down a dev trade. He regressed from a superstar down to a star dev. So, if anything, maybe probably toggle off the dev trait regression. I mean, personally, I was always probably kind of leaning that way because I don't know. I don't, like, again, I don't want to just shots fired or come off as aggro or anything, but I just didn't trust that it was going to be working properly. I've experienced it enough in Madden 18 and 19 where the dev trait regression was just brutal. It was unfair. It didn't make any sense. And, you know, reading the dev trait, the developer notes, the gridiron notes for this brand new patch update, that was the first thing I wondered. Was like, would it take priority keeping a balance of all these numbers, all those thresholds that you could set for, you want, you know, whatever, let's go to it. Is the biggest worry was, will Madden take these little things that you can set 50, 75, and 400? Would that be the be-all, end-all? Would that be the god in your franchise mode versus properly doing it based upon a player's stats? And when you throw 47 touchdowns with a 26-year-old quarterback and he still finds a way to regress from a superstar down to a star, I just did that in a sim. I just did that for shits and giggles. Imagine if I was doing the Detroit Lions franchise and I somehow stopped sucking at Madden and I put forth that season in front of you guys. You know, 2 months worth of gameplay, 2 months worth of edited Madden videos coming up on YouTube, and you're like, holy shit, C4 with 47 touchdowns with Jordan Love, he made him a god. And then I would just literally come back another episode and be like, oh, hey guys, he regressed to dev trait. Madden deemed that 47 touchdowns for a quarterback that is just entering his prime wasn't good enough to maintain a superstar dev trait. Like, the lack of satisfaction, the amount of frustration that would cause just leaves me for this video, for you guys, that when you're setting this up, by all means, breakout scenarios, you want that on. By all means, work on this. Maybe change it, go lower, go higher for the desired number of players. But unless we see some sort of patch, I think it's probably going to be safer to turn this off. I personally would suggest, oh, you can't even edit these. That makes sense. I would just turn it off. You know, I like, again, what I said yesterday, whatever I talked about the patch video is kind of coming through. Would you rather, it's a would you rather scenario. Would you rather go to free agency and see 72 X factors, like really old outside linebackers, really old corners, and have that, you know, it doesn't really look that appealing. It's kind of jarring to be like, why is this a thing? But would you rather that and have your players maintain their dev traits once you achieve a scenario? Or would you rather what we just had, a 47 touchdown quarterback, 26 years old, regress for broken reasons? So it's kind of, that's the trade-off. It's kind of unfortunately black and white. Also, as we just wrap this up, so that's my suggestion. I'm still being told from a couple people hit me up on Twitter, like I'm still looking at as I'm recording this video, that there is still I don't know if I want to call it a bug or a glitch, where the outside linebackers are going up dev traits for underperforming seasons. Like, you'll have this guy here who'll have 36 tackles and still find a way to go up a dev trait. I was kind of hoping that would get fixed because it's clearly an error. And I see it almost every single franchise that I do. And if you're, you know, working on this game, you're doing quality control, you would probably pick up on that, like, maybe we shouldn't have linebackers go up dev traits just like that all willy-nilly. But I guess it's still a thing. Actually, it didn't really happen here in this save, but I can't prove that it's still a thing. I'll just believe that it is because someone hit me up and I've seen it previously. So let me know anything else in the comment section below that you guys have been seeing in this patch, the good, the bad, and the ugly. But I tested what I wanted to test. My fear was true. Dev trait regression is still broken. So by all means, go into your settings, turn it off, so you do not have a Jordan Love scenario. But that does it for me today, guys. Tonight, I'm going to be editing the brand new Eagles franchise that I said we'll be dropping. I think it'll probably come out Saturday. So stay tuned for that new main channel Madden 21 franchise, the Philadelphia Eagles, starting right now, today. We're getting ready on this bye week, coming into Philly. And we're going to see what happens. We're going to see what we can do with Fulham season. Boston Scott, Miles Sanders, Carson Wentz, all those guys. I'm excited to get back into it. Passionate Eagles fan, ready to do an Eagles franchise. It's been so goddamn long. So I hope you guys kick with me and hope you guys enjoy that. But that'll do it for me today, guys. Thank you for watching. Let me know. Leave me some comments in the comment section below about how you're feeling about this brand new patch. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace out.